To start my story, I want to take you all back to Mo at the age of 15. I was a really ambitious kid, and I had big dreams and goals. There was the thing. There were that. Those were the things my parents always told me. They told me dream big, and everything is possible. But unfortunately, there were a lot of people around me who didn't thought the same about that. My days as a 15-year-old boy were always the same. Every day was the same. I was waking up in the morning, packing my bag, preparing for school. And then I went to the bus stop, meeting my friends over there. And then we took the bus to school. And there I was sitting in class with my classmates and my friends, hearing from several teachers that they already knew that I was not going to make it. One of the comments I still can remember, and I think I will never forget, was that one of my teachers told me, Mo, later in the future, I will offer you a cup of coffee when you will pick up the garbage at my home. For me, there's nothing wrong with being a garbage man, but I had other plans and other ambitions. After school, I was always on the streets, hanging around with friends, doing nothing. We didn't have any purpose for being on the streets. What eventually led to do things that we did things what were not allowed. That brought me in problems, and those days were repeating every day until one of my friends, he was the only one who was working at that moment. He was working at KFC. Told me, "Hey Mo, do you want to work at KFC?" Um, I immediately told him, "Yeah, of course, why not?" But at the same time, I didn't expect a lot of it because I already applied for many jobs, but I or didn't get a invite for a job interview, or they didn't even call me back after the job interview. But on the same day, Peter, the restaurant general manager of the KFC in North, where I was living, called me, and he told me that my friend Najim told him that I was searching for a job, and he asked me or I can come by on the same day also. So I was surprised, but yeah, I had nothing to do. I was just chilling around with my friends. So I took my bike and went to KFC, and there I was in the office with Peter, and he told me, don't see it like a job interview. It's more like a conversation where we will get to know each other a little bit better. And after 10 minutes, he told me, Mo, we're going to start, and we have 1 month trial time, and I hope you will enjoy it and you will stay, and I hope that you will show us your best self. So I went outside, and I realized that finally I got my first chance, and finally somebody who believed in me and gave me the chance to prove myself. So I went home, told my parents. They were really proud. I got my first job, and the next day was my first work day. So after school, I went to KFC, and Peter was there waiting for me, and he told me, "You're gonna marinate the chicken." So we got to go back in the kitchen. He showed me how to do it, and after a few weeks, I really liked the atmosphere, and I was getting the feeling that I was getting part of my second family, the KFC family, and I enjoyed it. And because of that, I wanted to learn more and to do more. So while the chicken was marinating, I always had 10 minutes to do other things. And what I did was watching my other colleagues, how they did their work on different stations. So just by watching, I was learning. And on one day, I went to Peter and asked him, can I stand also on different stations? And he told me, yeah, why not? I will give you the chance. So the next day, I was standing on other stations. And after a few weeks, I was standing everywhere. So after a few months, Peter invited me to his office, and he told me, Mo, you proved yourself, and I want to give you another chance, and that is to become a team coach. What means that you will train new team members and the team members who already work here. Of course, I said, yeah, I want to do that. So I went home, told my parents again. They were really proud, and they trained me. And after a few weeks, I was a certified team coach, what I really enjoyed. And I did that for a few months, and then Peter, the restaurant general manager, invited me again to his office, and he told me, Mo, I gave you the chance, you took it with both hands, you showed me your best self, so I want to give you another chance, and that's to become a manager, a shift leader. What means that you are responsible for a whole shift. I thought I was dreaming at that moment, because for me it was a big chance. So I went home again, told my parents again, and they were really proud. And the weeks after, they trained me. And after a few weeks, I got certified, and I was the youngest shift leader at KFC ever. So I was really proud. And I did that for like 2 years. And then I got transferred to another franchise organization. And I started working for Isa and Feas. And that is where I'm still working right now. And I started there also as a manager. And after 4 months, they invited me to their office, and they told me, Mo, we want to share some news with you. We're going to open a new store. We are building a new store, and we want you to become the restaurant general manager of that store. So I thought I was dreaming again, but it was for real. They wanted me to become the restaurant general manager of KFC Akerpoort, and they trained me. And after a few weeks, I was there, the restaurant general manager at KFC Akerpoort, and also the youngest restaurant general manager at KFC ever. And at that moment, I also realized that now was the moment to give back, because now I had the chance to give my employees chances. So what I did was giving people the chance to become a team coach, a shift leader, but also I hired people who had a difficult background like me, or didn't have the right experience. One of the people I gave chances is one of my employees who is still working for me. His name is Lemin. This is him in his cook clothes. He started 6, 7 years ago at KFC. He came from his own country, and he didn't speak the language. So he started as a cook. And after a few years, in 2018, he became the best cook of KFC in the Netherlands. I was really proud, and he too. And after 2 years, a few months ago, I gave him the chance to stand on different stations, and he proved himself. He showed his best self to me. And after a few weeks, I invited him to my office, and I told him, I want to give you the chance to become a shift leader. And he also thought at that moment that he was dreaming, but it was for real. And now he is a certified shift leader, and I can tell you that he is one of the best shift leaders I ever saw, and I'm really proud of him. And I did that just by giving him the chance, and he did the rest. Um, After 2 years, Isa and Feas, the franchise owners, invited me again to their office, and they told me, Mo, we're gonna open, or we're gonna take over another store, KFC Alkmaar, and we want you to be the restaurant general manager also from that store. So after 2 years, I was restaurant general manager of 2 stores, what means that I had the opportunity to give chances in 2 stores. What I did, of course, because I never got disappointed by giving chances to my employees. It costs a little bit more energy maybe, but you will get back a lot. It's worth it for sure. And I was creating my own family. So for me, it was worth it. I never got disappointed. After 3 years, so at the age of 25, here I am, area coach, the youngest area coach ever at KFC, running 5 restaurants and helping them to achieve their goals. And one of my main goals will always be to give people chances and believe in all people, because that's something I learned at KFC, and that's what I want to give back to my employees also. And I want to challenge you to look into your company, or you're giving your employees chances. And if you're believing in all people, because as I mentioned before, it's worth it for sure.